Hey there, lovely patroners! Welcome to part 2 of our End of the World mini campaign. What could go wrong? Wait, what the hell's that?
I don't know. I just hate sitting waiting for.
No, I know. You're right. It's not a bad idea. I want to be available in case John and Emma come back.
Leland can pretend to be a doctor, I'm sure. He's a really good role player.
Yep, we'll just use some acronyms.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's got a bad case of VSA going on.
I need an 892, 30 milligram stat.
892.
Don't you mean 377?
Yeah, we need a 377 stat.
Nailed it. I think we need to look after ourselves first, and then once we've dealt with that, then we'll see if we're able to help other people. Let's see if we can get some food, because we're going to be starving hungry if we're not able to get something, and it might get all picked over.
Hey, Bill, come here. I have to pee, but, can you, guard me in the corner over there?
Well,
Oh, you just wait till we get back to the room.
there might be bathrooms inside the North Market.
I can't hold it. I have a tiny bladder.
Yeah, but we're almost at the North Market. Can't you?
Yeah, and then we have to wait in line, and then we have to eat and drink food, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
have to go eat.
Okay, I'll take my sweater off. I'll take my jacket off and try and make a bit of a little privacy stall here for you. Let's go find a corner.
We'll be right back, guys.
Guys, there's a bit of a minor emergency. We'll be right back.
Well, we probably
Are you
shouldn't
guys okay?
separate.
Well, we won't be far. Elena needs to pee.
Go in the building.
They're not letting anyone in the building.
She can't hold it.
The door at the hotel is wide open.
We're not that close to the hotel, are we? I thought we were halfway to the market.
It's right across the street.
The market's basically across the street.
Jeez, you want to loot? You want to piss in the street? What's happening to you? This is a whole new side of you I've never
Well, I
seen
mean,
before.
I had a bunch to drink at the minibar.
The cop sees you and runs over and goes, "I don't care how bad things get. Nobody pisses in the street." And they handcuff you and pull you.
That's a good point. There's cops everywhere, and that's illegal.
No, just joking. So no, you can see the North Market is basically outside the door, and within you can see it. It's right there.
Okay, fine. I didn't realize how close we were.
So yeah,
Cut
so if you
all
go
that
over there, you can be.
Is that the magic
if you
words?
want to.
You know what's going to happen.
Staying in.
So you get over there, and you're hearing people talking, and they're looking at their phones, and they're saying, yeah, they're calling them myrmidons. They're supposed to be like the size of a small car. You can't be serious. There's no way. Yeah. I mean, my aunt, she lives up north. She saw them. I swear to God. Here's a picture. And you see him sort of passing the phone around.
My aunt was an ant. My uncle was an ant. He loves the ants. His mother was a mother.
Look, they're talking about something over there. What are they talking about?
Told you.
This is...
Giant insects.
How is that
Yeah,
possible?
this guy's got a picture. I want to see this picture.
I don't... Yeah. I'm gonna go over and see if Buddy will show me the picture of this giant insect.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's standing around sort of passing the phone about, and you see what sort of a blurry picture, but it looks like, somebody zoomed up on an ant on the ground and took a shot of it, right? And, people are sort of sloughing it off going, huh, yeah, right, and handing the phone back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And other people are taking it relatively seriously because they're hearing, reports on the news like Alana did that these things are running all over the place.
Is there anything for scale, like in the picture?
I mean, it looks like it could be an open field with an ant, or it could be somebody down on the grass, sort of. It's hard to tell. Sort of a blurry picture.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced. I feel like these are people just capitalizing on the chaos that's going on.
That's so rude of people.
sort of get in line, and you get some food. There's not a lot of stuff going around. They're trying to be, ration things out. They're asking you questions like, where are you from? Do you have a vehicle to be able to get yourself back home? Do you, those kind of questions. But they're saying that when the roads open up, you'll be able to get in your cars. They expect that to happen in the next couple of days. The electric out and everything. Just hang tight and go back to your hotel room and wait till you get further instruction. And you're seeing more military type vehicles coming into the area, sort of going down as they're pushing these cars out of the way, and more people walking around. You see people out in the streets sort of laying there on the sidewalk playing games, and things are trying to sort of get back to some semblance of good. And while you guys are walking back to the hotel, you see down the road, maybe a quarter of a mile down the road as the road straight through, suddenly you see what looks to be some vehicles just disappear into the ground. You hear this rumble, and it looks like half the street just disappeared.
What the heck? Did you see that?
What was that?
Yeah, there's no faking that.
Was that like... it looked like a sinkhole or something.
Yeah,
or an earthquake.
The ground just opened up.
It's like those ant lions I used to catch as a kid. They just like pounce and pull the earth in.
And then you see the building next to where the cars went in slowly start to tilt towards the hole that was created.
Oh, okay.
How far
I
away
get
is
my
this?
phone out to record it.
We should run.
About a quarter mile away, and you see this 5-story building slowly tilting, almost in slow motion, because you can't really believe this is happening.
Wait. 5-story building, our hotel?
No. This is about a quarter mile down. You're standing next to
I was
your
gonna
hotel.
say our board games.
And down it comes with a crash. Brick and debris fly everywhere. The massive dust and debris. And people, of course, everything seemed to be sort of maybe getting to a calm state, and now you see people running up towards you from the chaos.
Okay.
You're gonna pee in the street anytime, Elena. It would be now. They're distracted. The cops are distracted.
I think I already did.
This is nuts.
Oh, man.
Did we get food?
Yeah, you have some food.
Okay, a few.
I got it on video, guys.
What the heck caused that?
Give it to the news.
Is there a sinkhole opening up down there?
Everything seems really
From the
unstable.
meteor crash?
Probably.
I don't know. Maybe some pipes underground broke and eroded. I don't know.
So as you're standing there in the street, 2 military vehicles whiz by you. Humvees just vroom, vroom, down that direction. And, the officers are trying to pull people back and clear the area. You hear emergency vehicles headed down that way. And things start to get quiet. The dust starts to settle. 15, 20 minutes goes by. Then you hear...
What are they shooting at? Are they shooting at people?
What the heck
Wait,
is
wait.
going on?
That was a gun?
Yeah, it sounds like a gun.
Guys, we need to find a safe place. I don't know. Do we go back to our hotel? I don't know what to do.
These
but
buildings obviously weren't made for earthquakes. They're just
I
gonna
don't
come
want
down.
to. I don't want to stay out in the middle of.
Well, yeah,
I
we
don't know
can't
what
stay
they're
here on the
shooting at,
street.
but
I don't know. Being in the building seems scary.
And behind you, back at the North Market, another hole opens
Oh,
up,
shit.
taking half the building down behind you.
Okay, I start running to our
holy
hotel
crap!
room.
I guess, yeah.
People are screaming and running every which direction.
Wait, what floor is our room on?
You're on the 4th floor.
Oh Jesus! If our hotel goes under, though, we're fucked.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's safe.
Elena, stop!
What?
We can't go in there. We might get trapped. Let's run away from the holes.
Okay, how do we know we're not gonna run into a hole?
Well, I don't know, but
We can't stay here.
if we're stuck in a building when it starts to collapse, we're screwed.
There's buildings everywhere. They're just gonna collapse on us? Okay.
Well, at least if we start to hear some rumbling and we're outside of a building, we can run. You know what I mean? If the ground starts to shake, we can
Run
try and get
into
away
a
from
hole. I mean, this just all seems pointless. Oh my gosh.
Do you have a better suggestion?
No.
What do you suggest?
No.
Then let's not go inside a building where we would have four stories to get down before we could get out of it if it starts to collapse.
We can always come back for any stuff later.
Oh, I'm so glad we didn't bring our
Hopefully.
dogs this time. Oh.
So as you're looking back at the North Market having this discussion, you see up in the sky this sort of ball of fire trace across the sky. Another big dark cloud explosion happens way off in the distance. It takes a few seconds after you see this big flash, but then you feel the shock wave come through, busting out glass on all the windows and doors around. Something else has obviously landed just outside the city.
Holy crap.
Okay, we're not safe anywhere. We flip a coin and we'll be as safe as we are anywhere beside. We just have to figure out where we want to go.
And make sure we stay together.
I don't
Right.
I don't know where.
Is it safer to go underground somewhere?
Not if there's giant bugs burrowing around.
I don't know.
You want to get down to the sewers? Is that what you mean?
I don't know.
I'm out of ideas,
How do
honestly.
we get into the sewers?
Do you know
Find a
anyone?
manhole?
Do you know anyone that has a helicopter?
A
Get us outta
helicopter
here.
does seem safe right now.
As all this is happening, you see people coming from the looks apparently they're in military uniforms, and they're yelling at you, "Get back in your hotels! Get off the streets!"
Where's our car? Let's go to the cars.
Your cars are in a parking garage down towards the other side of the convention
I don't know.
center.
These
Should we go
roads
get
are
our
going to be all
cars?
broken up.
Yeah, well, the streets are clogged with cars still, right? Abandoned vehicles. I don't think we're gonna be able
Yeah,
to
they've
get
been
through.
most of them been pushed aside, so it's almost like a one-way,
Okay.
one-lane area now because these have all been pushed aside.
Should we just go in the hotel lobby for now and get off the street?
I don't know. Maybe we can get out of the city. Do you think we can? Outside of the city in the country might be safer. I don't know.
Most people are doing what the National Guard are telling them. They're going into their hotels, into the lobbies, and sort of hanging and looking out. But you can see everybody's really nervous as they're going in, and occasionally the ground will sort of shake, and then nothing really happens. But everything seems to be becoming more and more unstable all around you.
Okay, let's go into the lobby. Let's chill in the lobby, get off the streets, and then talk there.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so you go in the lobby, and time passes. An hour goes by, another hour goes by. Everything seems to calm somewhat. You don't hear any more rumbling. The dust and debris is sort of settled, and people are walking down, the street. But the National Guard and stuff are trying to block things off the best possible from the building that fell, and the sirens sort of taper off a little bit. People are just settling down for the evening. So you guys can go back to your room. You guys can stay and talk to people in the lobby. If you want to walk around the city, what do you think?
Think it's safe to go back to our rooms? I mean, nothing else has collapsed.
Yeah, so the gunfire is abated. I don't know what else to do. We're not gonna wander the city.
Let's go. I guess we go back to our room and see if we can get the TV to work, or
You think John would go back, try to get back home?
without me? No.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay, so you go back up to your room. After a while, you're sitting there in the dark as it starts to get night again. And then suddenly the power comes back on. And everything just sort of lights up. Your phones that were down maybe to 20, 30%. Now you can plug those back in. The TV comes back on. Everything seems to be working.
This makes no sense.
Yeah.
Oh, crisis averted. We're saved.
I'll plug my phone in. I want to get it charging while we've got power.
You guys
Same.
want to see the video I took of that building falling? It's terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, show us.
Yeah, here.
So the TV comes back on because I guess I'm going to say the TV comes back on. Typically, I don't think they just pop back on anymore. There's no switch. So anyway, the TV pops back on, and you're seeing the news. And this time, as you're watching, you're seeing these explosions from the meteors that are coming down from the sky. But now you see these massive ants seem to be running across roads carrying things in their mandibles. These like a cow or
Jesus.
whatever. Animals are
Holy.
just being torn apart, and you see people screaming in the streets, and the ants are sort of just climbing over buildings, and the video goes out, and it cuts back to the news anchor, and they're just in shock. They have no idea what, and they're telling everybody to try to hide, to do whatever they can, but obviously there's these creatures have been released from these meteorites.
You guys see this?
Yeah.
I told you they were real.
I can't
hello.
believe my eyes. This is madness.
When they said animals, I didn't think they meant cows. Holy crap.
Yeah, these things seem like the size of a small compact car.
Wow.
And yeah, they're calling them the Myrmidons. They're telling people to get away from the impact sites as much as fast as you can. They've said that if you can find a way to get across water, they don't seem to be able to cross water, or don't seem to like water, but they seem to just be everywhere, burrowing up from underground. So there's really no safe place.
The water thing makes sense. If you make a circle of water around the opening of an anthill, they won't go anywhere.
Right. We just need a really big magnifying glass.
So we need to go get to an island?
Let's go to Hawaii.
That would probably be the safest. Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. How are we going to get there?
Until the meteor lands on the island. Then you're really fucked.
Well, I mean, the Great Lakes are just...
Couple
North.
hours drive, though.
Are there any islands in there?
Mackinac Island?
That could work.
Yeah, there are some islands.
That's really far north, though. I
Should
don't know.
we-
Columbus is kind of landlocked. It's a river.
Is there any there's no reports of like specific places to evacuate to if you're near one of these crash sites at all on the news, or is there anything like that as far as information goes?
All they're saying is let the National Guard help and try to get away from impact sites. And there's the video of the impact sites, and you see these massive mounds, and they seem to be like glowing red from heat.
Like re-entry heat?
Yeah, it's unnerving to say the least. And these things are the size of maybe the length of a football field.
Has there been anyone like estimating, like what they want, what they're looking for? Has there been communication, anything like that we've heard in the news or rumors?
Not at all. No, you're just seeing the chaos, and people don't really know what to do.
We're supposed to get away from impact sites. I mean, it seems like there have been several impact sites around us.
Well, yeah. Obviously, that's what they were firing at.
Yeah,
So we can't stay here.
No,
I
we have to
agree.
get the hell out of here.
How do we leave?
Do you think we can get the car out of the parking garage and be able to make any distance with it? I don't know. The roads are fairly congested, but it's probably our best bet.
I think any distance is good.
Yeah, we could try, and if we get stuck, then we reassess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bill's a good driver.
I think the car is, with a little luck, if we're able to make any distance with the car, that's our best option. Way faster than going on foot.
But if it needs new brakes, you're not changing them out. We don't need any smoking brake
That
pads.
seems fair. Let's try that.
Okay, so I'm gonna pack up some stuff, just one bag's worth of stuff, food and drinks and small board games. Change
Do
of
we
clothes.
amend the note?
Yeah, change the note. Say we went to the car to try and get out of the city. We'll try and find you.
Should have
Which
had
way
your
are we gonna
phone.
head? Should
You should
should
have
I
brought
say-
your phone.
I mean, the lights are back on, right? And the convention hall's back on. There's all. It looks like the area around is starting to.
I'm gonna leave John's phone with the note.
Huh.
Should we maybe take one more scan of the place before we leave? I don't know.
For what?
See if we see them.
Yeah.
Can't
I
hurt.
mean, there's other hotels in the area, right?
Oh yeah. There's plenty of hotels, and the convention center is
Right,
massive.
exactly.
It's
We-
right
we
across
could-
the street.
Maybe do a circle around the convention center, take a couple hours and check in other places where they might have gone. If they were heard and someone took them somewhere, they might not even be conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, so you guys sort of head down the streets, looking in as you pass the restaurants, and maybe go back into the convention center to
Yeah.
see
Yeah, I would.
what's
yeah,
going
I
on
would
in
for
there.
sure. I mean, I would know an approximate location of where Emma was going to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely, you knew she was going to talk to somebody about her podcast and approximately where in the convention center that was going to be, and so you guys go in.
Probably should have went there first.
Day later.
It's yeah, and it's once again it's you've already done another full circle here. It's starting to get late again. So you go through, the lights are on, and you see that there's a lot less people in the convention hall now, of course, and they have like makeshift bed areas now. People are in the hallways that are sleeping there because they had no place else to go, and there's people in there trying to clean up somewhat of all the shelves and all the games that are scattered all about. There's been people in there cleaning things up and
Are
stacking
there
things
people
around.
finishing their game of Twilight Imperium?
No, they have some time left on
So
that.
there's a group in the corner
you know.
playing Werewolf.
100%.
They're out in the hallway with about 16 chairs in a circle, and they didn't even notice anything
Exactly.
happened. So yeah, you can go through and you look around through the convention hall, and talking to people. They're all just the same as you. They're talking about these myrmidons and these giant ants that have been seen, and they just all want to go home.
They haven't seen, someone wearing a parrot onesie or anything like that.
Nope,
Okay.
nope, they haven't. And they tell you that the parking garages are all just packed. There's no way to pull your car out. You can't get out on
right.
the interstates. People said that they tried to get out. They sat in their cars most of the night, and you're wasting your time if you think you're going to get out of the city.
That's kind of
Anyone know
what I
how to
suspected,
hotwire?
unfortunately.
There's some people that have been hurt, have been taken to the hospitals, the local hospitals around, and other people have buildings have fell over throughout the city, and lots of people have probably perished.
Guess go check the hospital.
Hospitals it is?
The hospitals
Yeah.
are going to be complete chaos right now. They're not prepared for this sort of thing.
Maybe we can at least go look.
Yeah. Yeah, I say we go to the closest local hospital and check there. Maybe they were injured.
Okay. You talk to people. They direct you about where it's at, and they say exactly what you said, Bill. It's chaos around the hospitals. They're doing everything they can to get everybody the help that they need. And as you're having this discussion, right in the middle of the convention center, the hall, right in the middle, the floor starts to rumble and caves in, creating this massive pit. Inside the pit, all the games and the people all fall down and disappear.
Oh, the chits.
It looks like it's very deep, 20, 30 feet deep, and goes, and everything falls into it. The dust scatters all around. And then from in the pit, you see what looks like a large ant come up, look over the top of the edge, scurry over and grab onto the nearest person, snapping them in half and dragging the bottom part of their body down into the hole. People are going nuts. They're screaming and running for the doors. The ground starts to shake again. What do you do?
Run!
Run.
Guys, let's get the
Get
heck
out here.
out of here now.
They only want bottoms, but I like my bottoms. Back to the hotel? I mean, are we just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm grabbing Alana and running.
I'm following
Yeah,
them.
I'll grab a hold of Emily. Hold my hand, Emily.
Don't let go!
You guys start running out. You see the National Guard coming in with their guns, and as these ants start to pour more out of the hole, and you see that they're firing on them, and the bullets seem to be doing very little damage. It is affecting them in some way, but it takes a lot to take one of these things out. And they're pushing everybody through. Everybody that was out in the lobby is all running for the doors, and as you run out to get back to the hotel, you see one of the other buildings across the way start to lean as the bottom of the front of the foundation falls out from underneath of it, leaning over and smashing into the convention center.
We can't go back to the hotel. It's not safe there either.
What do they want with Columbus? Like, come
Can
on.
I, on the way out of the convention center, like, pull a fire alarm?
Yeah, you can pull a fire alarm.
Okay, I just want to see if, like, the sound has any effect on the ants.
Oh.
Obviously, ideally, it would be great to set off some type of sprinkler system.
A
but
sprinkler system full of
I don't really
Raid.
know if I can... Boom! No, well, I mean, they don't like... I assume it's probably, like, running water they don't like to pass or something, but... I don't know if I could set off this sprinkler. I don't have, like, a lighter on me or anything, so... I have no way to do that, but... I'll at least pull the fire alarm.
Okay, yeah, you pull the fire alarm. Everything's making all kinds of noise. There's pipes busting, and it's all chaos. But these ants just keep pouring out, and as they come out, they grab the nearest moving thing. So everybody that was in the convention hall is just being dragged down. People are screaming. They're busting through the doors, and you guys are just staying outside of the reach. And there's a lot of them, too. I mean, you saw one or two at the beginning. Now there's 15, 20 of them that are scurrying up the escalators, running out, and they're going into the food courts and just ripping through the food and the drink that's around. It looks like they're going for anything that could possibly be food, be it human or animal or any kind of food that might be in a grocery store or a restaurant.
Okay, we're not going back to the hotel. Where the hell are we going? Just down the street? Away.
I
Let's
don't
go
know.
run in the
We
opposite
just
direction.
need to run
Yeah.
away from this. Let's go. There's
Yeah.
no time.
Let's go.
So you start running down, and you see there's a couple National Guard guys that are laying dead there in front of you. And a few officers that are laying dead, and pieces of people, and ants dragging those hunks back.
Can we grab a gun as we run by?
You can if
Yeah.
you want to.
Let's do it.
Grab a gun!
Do they have
Yeah.
walkie-talkies?
They do.
Let's get walkie-talkies.
You see the National Guardsman. He has a M16A4 rifle, and there is a clip. The officer has a radio, and he has a radio too. The officer has a Glock 27 and a nightstick. So you guys can pick these items up and distribute them. Just let me know who's getting what.
Who can shoot?
I'm pretty good with a gun.
I could take the nightstick if anybody...
I was looking for the radio. I'll take the radio.
I guess I can carry the M16. I don't know if I'm the best one to shoot it, though.
Give Bill the M16. You can have the Glock.
I'll take it. I'm a pretty good shot.
Okay.
Pop, pop.
Leland, you sure you don't want the Glock?
I mean,
I won't be any better than you will be, and at least I can wield the nightstick probably more effectively.
Okay.
you want the radio, Em? I can take
No, I'll keep the gun.
Okay.
Just don't point it at it.
So we've got two radios, right? One from the officer, one from the National Guard.
That's right. And you hear talking back and forth on it, but these ants are starting to now pour out of the convention center, and you see some brave people that have sticks and things, and they're jumping on the ants, and they're beating on them. But it's very obvious the ant just sort of spins around, knocks them off, and then just snips them in two, or pounds them against the wall. And even if they do get away from the ant, the horde comes with more right behind it.
Don't do anything brave or stupid.
Most are diving into restaurants or trying to find cover somewhere within the buildings. You see people looking out the windows and the higher floors, and the ants, of course, climb right up the side of the walls and poke their heads into the windows, grabbing people and chucking them out onto the streets as they burrow into the wall. They rip the sides of the window wells out and climb inside.
This is fucking terrifying.
So I'm terrified, and I think I'm just gonna keep trying to go in the opposite direction of where the ants are coming from.
Yeah.
Put as much distance between us and the ants as possible.
Okay, so give me a direction. North, south, east, or west?
Well, where are the ants?
Mm-hmm.
They're everywhere.
Oh.
Great.
Well, the first crater hit northwest, right?
It did.
So let's go southeast.
As long as that's not directly towards a different crater.
It's southeast.
Southeastern.
I'm gonna put something up here that might help us discuss this here. So if you guys look in Discord, if you look at the third map I posted, and you scroll there to Spruce Street and High Street, you'll see the Hampton Inn Suites, and that little circle there, that's that picture a little down further where you are, and then you can see the North Market
Spruce
is
Street.
back behind there.
Oh, yeah.
You guys right now are standing right there where it says, right outside your hotel area, Columbus Tavern Group, the Arnold statue, Discovery Cafe right there on High Street.
Where were the explosions? One was at the North Market, one was inside the convention center, and one was to the northwest.
So if you look at the big map up there, the first explosion you think would be somewhere over in the northwest and New Albany area, potentially. If you guys can see that.
That would be northeast.
Sorry, northeast. Did I say northwest?
You did.
Then that's Dublin then.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I have my locations. So if I said northwest, it's Dublin. And then the second one was New Albany then.
And then, so we want to go southeast.
Yeah.
That's what we said.
Okay, let me look at this.
Let's go to the Center of Science and Industry. Maybe there's some ant traps there or poison.
Center of Science and Industry is a museum. Is it like an interactive museum type place? We've taken Tommy before.
Let's say we're in Grandview Heights. We want to go...
We're in Grandview Heights.
South.
You want to go towards the airport? You want to go towards...
Yeah, we're heading towards the airport.
Oh, the airport's probably a good idea.
Yeah, there'll be tons of flights coming in and out for
Do
sure.
we have enough money
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
to charter a flight?
Helicopter.
There's always that one guy who's got like a little bit of a limp, and you find him in a back alley and you're like, hey, how much is it going to cost for us to hop in your helicopter?
We could also just like learn to, you've played Star Citizen with sticks. You could just hijack
I can practically...
Yeah.
I can practically
Yeah, you
fly.
could fly. Wait, you crash a lot.
Yeah, he does.
But there's no asteroids.
I mean, if anybody's rallying somewhere, it's probably going to be at the airport, right? Know what I mean? Like, where are they going to station? The National Guard is going to come and have a station somewhere. If they're going to be landing people in. But
Okay.
I mean, if it's all over the country,
They
though.
wouldn't let us there then.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I'd rather be close to the guns than far from the guns.
As long as the guns aren't pointed at us.
Guns.
Yeah, well, thankfully, I didn't cosplay as an ant at Origins like I was planning on.
Isabella's weapons would really be good against these ants.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, blast those meteorites out of the sky.
Uh-huh.
Fucking Yogi. So okay, to the airport, we're running.
Yeah.
How far is this? This is gonna be a long ass run.
Yeah.
It's
a
gonna be
pretty good trek.
A long ass walk is what it's gonna be.
Yeah, we got Emily. We can't run.
Wow. Okay. We can walk when we're out of immediate danger.
Yes.
Adrenaline will push you through it.
So what's really cool is if you go do a Google map, you can actually run. I mean, we
See
can't.
how long
I
it
all I can do is
takes.
just share the screen here with you somehow.
On Zoom, you can share your screen.
Share screen. There we go. And then I can say I want it on Google Chrome. Here we go. Let's try that.
Oh, hello.
All right. This will work okay. So right now, you guys, this is your hotel. This is where you're standing.
Yeah.
And
Nice white
you're going
beamer.
to head down this way.
Oh, is that the place you guys had that chocolate stout that was delicious?
Oh, that was
over
unreal.
here.
Yeah, that bar.
I think.
Barley's.
Yeah, there it is.
It was
Yep.
chocolate and peanut butter stout. It was one of the best beers I've ever tasted.
Okay, so you guys are heading down North High Street towards the airport. And as you can see, the building here that has the Martini restaurant down at the bottom, half of that building has been caved in, and the debris is laying all the way over almost to the middle of the road. People are scattered about, and the whole sky is sort of a dark gray. And you see a couple military jets go straight across the sky over by across the buildings, looking like they're very quickly moving towards some danger or something they're going to take care of.
Holy crap, guys! This is
All right.
crazy. We have got to
They got the
find somewhere
cavalry.
safe.
I feel like I'm playing Call of Duty Warzone with you guys in real life. Where's your gas mask?
I'm gonna need more than a gas mask. I'll take a RPG.
Or 3.
There are 4 of us. 4 would be good.
Yeah, 4 would be good. I wouldn't complain about that.
Oh, look at us go.
So you guys are heading down this way, heading south, and from when you get right about here, where the road sort of turns where you can go straight into the convention center to be able to park, you see coming from around the corner here an ant.
Just one?
Yep, just one ant. It looks like a relatively large one, and it's coming straight for you.
Shoot it, 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 shoot
yeah.
it, shoot it.
You're the one with the
Yeah.
gun, Emily.
Here's the way we're going to do this. Initiative is based on the DM really calls which one's initiative. So I'm going to say you see it coming out of the building, so you guys are going to have initiative, and each of you will be able to take a turn before the ant takes its turn. So you guys decide who wants to go first and what you want to do.
I want to go before Alana, and I want to give my gun to her.
Finally.
Yes. I can't do this here, naked!
So who's going first?
Me. I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna give my gun to Alana.
Okay.
That's your action?
Yes.
Okay. So you hand the gun over to her.
And I panic, and I back up.
Emily's hyperventilating. I check the gun out. I turn off the safety. And I turn it sideways like a gangster, and I pop a shot.
All right.
Cause that's how you shoot a Glock, right? Like,
I'm gonna say, technically, that actually makes it harder for you to shoot and aim where you're trying to shoot.
Okay. So let's build your dice pool. So combat is always dexterity.
okay.
So we're going to use your dexterity skill. You start with 1 positive die. Do you have any features in the physical category that you want to tell me that might give you an extra die or 2?
My features are that I have a high pain tolerance and I'm strong for my size. Those are the positives. My negatives that I'm short. So, do I have a good advantage? I don't know.
I don't think any of those features are really going to give any positive or negative effects there. I will say that you are scared, and you've never fought one of these things before, and you just saw it rip people apart. So I'm going to give you 2 negative die, basically for fear, and then with that, I'm going to give you an additional positive die because you are. Trying to you're somewhat familiar with how you can shoot a gun, and you're gonna be pretty close range here, so you might have a pretty good shot at hitting him in the head.
Can my panic be a distraction to the ant and therefore a help to Alana? Like I'm getting
What are you doing?
I'm going, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it! And just basically screaming and making a nuisance of myself.
It's very realistic.
Sure. Okay, that'll give you 3 positive die and 2 negative die.
So I just roll them?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, first thing you do is any of the positive die and negative die match. Same amount, same numbers.
With with the opposite, like positive to negative or positive to positive?
So you have white dice and black
Yeah.
dice? Okay, so are any of the black dice and white dice the same
Yeah,
number?
I have a 4.
Okay, so take those 2 dice that match
Yeah.
and remove them.
Okay.
Now what you have left, the white dice, are any of them equal to or lower than the number on your dexterity?
No, both my positives are 5s, and then my negatives are 4.
So you're going to put 1 point of stress down in underneath the physical. You're going to fill one of those little boxes in. Or sorry, yeah, you have 1 die left, right? 1 black die.
Well, yeah, they're both 5s.
Yeah, but you removed one of the black die, so you only have 1 left in after you've removed them.
Yeah, I have a 4 left.
It doesn't really matter the number at that point. You're just going to take 1 point of stress, and you did not hit. So you pull the gun out, you flick the safety off, you aim it at the ant, you pull the trigger, and the basket of flowers in the background there falls to the ground because you've sheared off the basket, but you've missed the ant. Next.
I'd like to go next with my... What was it I had? It's like an assault
M16.
rifle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rifle.
So, it looks like there's a interchange here, and then a sidewalk off to the left, and a railing. I'd like to mount my gun on the railing to provide myself a little bit of cover, and I'm gonna hope that will give me a bit more accurate aim.
Perfect. So, yep. Give yourself another positive die for that. You're going to stabilize yourself here. Do you have anything else with your traits or features?
I don't think anything that's gonna help me in this situation.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm aiming for basically want to deal damage to its head and its face. I'm trying to hit it right between the mandibles and maybe its antennae and its eyes. I want to disable it, if at all possible.
So with weapons, which we should have talked about a second ago, but it has suggestions here on how many dice to add, but it also gives you an amount of damage. So if you do hit, it will let you know how much damage the actual gun does. So for something like an M16 we got a rifle, you're going to have 1 negative die added rather than... I'm giving you 1 positive die for stabilizing it, but you're going to get a negative die for shooting an M16. It's a little more difficult to... this is not something you normally shoot, and you have the factor of trying to aim it. But the good thing is, if you do hit, you get a +5 damage,
Ooh.
which can do some pretty hellacious damage to this ant.
Okay.
So you currently have 2 positive die and 2 negative die. So give it a roll.
I'd like to note that one of the dice that I'm rolling is actually an Origins dice that we got last Origins.
Oh, nice.
Good luck die.
Unfortunately, it's a negative dice.
Oh, bad luck die.
Oh, we got it.
And it hit the floor.
And it's gone forever. Oh, I found it.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
So tell me what you got.
The 3s cancel each other out, right?
Yep.
If they're opposite colors.
Yeah, they are.
If they're opposite.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I got a light and a dark 3. And then I'm left with a 6 on the positive dice, die, and a 4 on the negative die.
Okay, so you run over there, you mount the gun essentially on that pipe, and you take aim, you fire. The gun sort of shatters on the metal pipe because it really kicks a lot more than you expected, and the bullets go flying up into the air.
I'm not used to handling such a big unit.
You do you do take 1 point of stress.
Should have given it to Emily, am I right?
Oh, snap.
And the ant is not affected. So Leland, you're up.
Okay, well, I'm not about to use my nightstick against this thing. So I don't really know what to do.
So a nightstick would give you, I'm going to say that's similar to an improvised melee weapon, similar to a baseball bat. In the book, it has 1 negative die, but it also has a +4 damage if you do hit. So You do have to get up on it. But
Don't
if
get
you,
up next to that thing. Let's run.
Get on
If you
it.
wail on it, you might be able to take it, do some pretty good damage, I should say.
Could I specifically try to cripple one of his legs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I will try to do that. Hopefully it doesn't put me too close to the mouth, but if we're going to try to run from it...
I'll say the way that works is you're going to, if you can cause 4 stress to the ant, that will put them over the limit, and then he can reduce that by taking a trauma, and the trauma would be leg damage.
Okay. Oh, okay, we're doing it.
All right, so
We're
get
doing
you a pool.
Is that what you would say in real life? We're doing it!
Yeah, I'm doing this!
Describe how you want to do this, and
Leland,
try to convince me to
no!
give you some advantage here.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of do a similar thing maybe off of this railing. Do a little jump, put a little chutzpah into it from my old paranoia days, and kind of come
The chutzpah.
like swinging down on this, maybe with my body a bit too, you know what I mean? Kind of where aiming for right where the like the last segmented joint closest to the ground, so I'm not trying to jump like up onto its back or anything.
All right, so yeah, I think you seem like you want to take this thing out. You got a plan in place, and he's getting closer and closer. So yeah, I'll give you an extra positive die for that, and he's going to give you you're going to get 1 negative die because once again, all of you are pretty terrified of this situation.
Yeah, I'm probably still screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
so
like trying to
should
figure
be
out how to
2 and a
reload.
1 and 2 and a 1 unless you have something else.
No. I mean, I the big enough, but I mean, I'm just using my weight to crush the thing. Kind of. That was my plan, basically.
That's good enough. I'll give you 1 more for that. More
Okay.
positive.
Okay. So I got 3 positive, 1 negative. Oh, and I canceled the negative,
Yay!
and that gives me 1 positive with a 2.
That's
Okay,
good.
so you run up there. It's sort of turning its head around after the machine gun fire, and you swing down at the lower part of its leg, making a connection, taking the 4 damage, which does take him into his 2nd level of stress, which he is going to negate out and take 1 physical trauma, which is you snapped his leg right there. You hit it right in that spot you were trying to, and the bottom part of it snapped off. Now, he still has a few more legs, but you definitely did some damage to him, and his head spins around, his antennae sort of focus in on you, and it's his attack.
Run!
It was nice
Get
knowing
out
you,
of
buddy.
Bonk.
Should maybe try to disable its mandible.
I was trying to shoot for its mandibles, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because I figure behind the mandibles is a soft, squishy area that bullets might
Gotta be.
penetrate.
What about the eyeball?
Okay, so he has 2 that negated each other, which would have been 1 hit there, but then he has a miss and his other hit. So he did make connection. He spun around, he saw you, and his jaws lock in on your arm that just took out his leg, and you are going to take. So his mandibles have 3 damage. So you're going to take 3 damage to your physical attribute on dexterity. So you're going to fill in that first row.
Now that does put me 1 over into the 2nd tier. So I have that gives me a total of 4 stress.
That's great. So that means
That's great.
that's great in a way because now you have resistance. Once you fill up the bottom row with all 3, the next time you get hit, you can resist 1 of those damage die.
Oh, okay, sweet.
So the way that works is, as you see, you have the 1 row, the 2 row, and the 3 row. Once you fill up an entire row, then the little 1 means you can resist 1 die. Once we fill up the 2nd row, you will be able to resist 2 die. And once you fill up the 3rd row, you'll be able to resist 3, but
If you're
it
still
goes
alive.
past that, you will
Die.
have to roll for either being knocked unconscious if you're lucky, or you could die straight outright. And what you will do then, if you want, at any point in time, you can turn one of your stress into traumas. So say, for example, you get the first and second row filled up and you're starting to fill up the third row and you're worried that you may die. What you will say is, I want to return those top 2 rows of stress into a trauma, and down at the bottom we'll put a trauma in there, which will always add a negative die.
Oh, okay. Dang.
But at least you're jaded
Okay.
and you don't feel physical pain right now, so.
I take half damage to ant type attacks. Now.
Until you get enough of them.
Emily, what do you want to do? This ant has just reached over and is clamped onto Leland's arm that he has this, what was it? What did you have, a
Nightstick.
baton?
My
Nightstick.
Yeah.
Nightstick in his hand, and has sort of grabbed him and pulling him as his little piece of his leg falls off onto the ground.
Run.
I know what I want to do, but I don't know if it's what I would actually do. I want
You
to
want
grab.
to eat flame is what you want to do.
Right?
You can't actually do that.
I want to grab the window breaker thing that I have in my purse
Oh.
and try
Ah.
and jab it in the ant.
All right.
Nice.
You're gonna run up to it, and where are you gonna try to hit it?
How high up from the ground is its face?
He's sort of down, like an ant in a crawl, so he'd probably be about maybe chest height for you. His head.
Like right in the head, like in the eye or the head or something. Something that looks like it could be stabbable.
All right. So I'm going to give you an extra positive die because he's engaged right now with Leland and sort of flanking around on that. I'm going to give you, there are going to be 2 negative die. Number 1, because you're using sort of an improvised weapon there and you're running up on something that you're petrified of right now.
Yeah, I
So
know.
you got a 2 and a 2. Is there anything else you want to try to convince me for another positive die? Oh, another thing you can do, I'm sorry, before I go further, is you are always allowed to push yourself if you want. If you decide to push yourself, you will add another positive and negative die to your dice pool.
Can the fact that I am worried about Leland, who is my friend, and wanting to save him be a positive? That's something that would inspire me to try harder?
What is your features under social?
Under social,
Do you have any positive features?
always smiling.
Yeah.
Are you smiling right now?
I mean, Emily playing the game currently is, yes, because this is ridiculous.
You know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and give it to you. Let's see what happens.
Thanks, honey. Because my dexterity is a 1.
Ooh.
So that means she has to roll a 1 for success.
Big oof.
Right.
Oh, I got a 6, 6, and a 3. I did get a 1, but it's on the black die.
Okay, does any of the black guys get canceled out?
No,
You're
of
dead.
course not.
You're dead.
Of course.
All right. So you run up screaming,
With a win.
"Get off of Leland!" and you smack down onto
Is that
his
what I
head.
sound like?
Yeah. At this, if you want that extra,
To the
you wanted
hand.
that extra die, right? So that means I get to do your voice.
Okay.
And you slam your little window breaker down, and it just hits the
Carapace?
armor plating carapace of the ant, and it just looks like it left a little tiny scratch mark, but did absolutely no damage. And you are going to take 2 points of physical stress.
Yep.
And where does that put you?
Just 2. That's all I have.
All right.
It's not that bad.
I think. Well, you guys can tell me who's next. You guys decide.
I think Alana was top of the initiative, wasn't she?
After Emily, I was.
But it just goes group to group, so you can change it up each time we come back.
Oh, okay. I'd like to try again with my
Okay, but
M16.
I'm gonna-
That's a powerful weapon
Okay.
if I can
Yeah,
land some shots.
remember,
I wanna-
remember
oh.
Leland and Emily are in melee range, and we have
yeah,
guns.
we're like right in front of it.
I'm a good shot. It's all good.
That's what I was already worried
I
about.
would. So this thing has me in its mandibles. Like I'm.
Has your arm.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll try and
Okay, let me
shoot.
try to
I'll try and shoot the
smash
left
it.
mandible.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'll aim for the
no.
right.
Simultaneous attack. Count to 3.
Okay, I'll let Leland go first.
Okay.
Can I? Okay, I would like to just get the nightstick into the mandibles and just try to pry them open, like with yeah, exactly, like leverage. That's
Yeah,
pretty
opening
much
a crab leg, right?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So you're right up on there. You, of course, you get one regular die every time, and I'm going to give you an additional positive die because I think you've got a plan and you know what you want to do there. And
Can I help?
also, this is hold on a second. What did I say this was? So you're going to get one negative die because of the weapon. Yeah. Do you want to use your action for help for Leland?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. I'll tell you what. What are you gonna do to be able to help him?
Try and pull on the mandible if I can.
Okay. So you see what he's doing. You see he's sticking it in there. You grab onto one side and I'll give you 2 additional positive dice for that. So you should have a total of 2 negative and 4 positive.
Okay. Wow, I'm really rolling 6s with that negative die. So nothing cancels. Oh my god. I literally rolled 6 die and I rolled a 1 through 6. Okay, but that means that I got only 2 successes with the 2 negatives.
Okay, so all you need to do to be successful is get anything that's equal to or under on any of your positive die.
Okay.
So you did that. So you got that. So you are going to take the stress of the whatever number of negative dice you have left, which I think you said 2, right?
Yep.
And you'll slap that on there. But you stuck your baton in, or your nightstick in there. You crack it out.
Call it shaft,
and
don't
that's right. And
Your night shaft.
you open it with Emily's help. You sort of open that up. Your arm goes free, and you're able to step back now onto the rest of the party attacking.
Phew.
And where are you at on stress now?
I have maxed the first and second levels now.
Oh no, you
You
negate one.
You get one. You negate one of those 2.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So I'm 5 total so far then.
There you go.
Where do I mark that resistance?
So resistance is,
It's just nowhere. I just have to know because I'm at the second tier.
well, it doesn't come into play until you fill up all 3 in the row, right?
Right.
So when you have, yeah.
Okay, it's just I have to remember that then. Thank you.
Bill, did you say you wanted to do some shooting?
Well, I don't want to shoot Leland or Emily.
We appreciate that.
I'll say this: in this particular game, I'm not going to have any 1 rolls where you will take out the other people. It's not like rolling natural. You're either going to hit or you're going to miss, but you're not going to hit other people.
Okay, so yeah, instead of the first time I shot, I was hoping to. I anticipated that this M16 was going to have a little bit of kickback and it was going to travel up as I shot. So I started shooting at, I was trying to hit between the mandibles in its mouth, and then I was going to make my way up and hit the antennae or an eye. I'm going to start by aiming at an eye, so it'll be higher than Leland. And if I miss, hopefully, we're all good. So I'm going to stick with having it propped up on this railing to give me a bit more stability. And yeah.
So you're going to be at 2 positive dice and 2 negative dice.
Let's blow this ant's eyeball right out of its head. All right, so I got 2 1s. They cancel out, I assume.
Yes. What do you have left?
I have a 5 on the good die and a 4 on the bad die.
Okay, so you're going to take another point of stress.
Yep, sure am.
You hit on the backside of the ant, but the bullets ricochet off up into the air. It seems like you hit one of the hardest parts of its carapace, the shell. You're still trying to get hold of that weapon where you can aim it effectively.
This friggin' M16's a piece of crap.
This game sucks.
Alana?
How far away am I from the ant and my friends?
So you are looking on the map
Yeah.
here. You are on the perspective of the ants they're right here. So
Feet
maybe
away.
10 feet,
Okay, 10 feet.
15 feet maybe.
I'm gonna take a few steps even closer. I'm gonna look down the sights properly instead of holding the
Okay.
gun sideways. And I
Probably a good start.
Right? And I would like to get an extra positive die from the fact that I found something in my purse. I'm going to take my pill bottle. And I'm going to take my pill bottle and, like, shake it and make a noise with it and throw it to try to distract it so maybe it turns and looks that way. And then shoot him in the... I'm going to aim to the face. I don't know.
Okay, so let's see. What was the... Let me find the gun here. The Glock is a positive die.
I got
so
the Glock.
I'll give you 2 positive die. I'll give you an additional positive die for trying to distract it in some way. And then you're going to have 2 negative die because you're scared and you got to aim.
Okay. 6 and 6 cancel out. And then I have 2 positive 1s, which is good. And then I have a negative 6.
Perfect. So all you needed was 1 success, and you got that.
Yeah.
And with a Glock, you're going to do 3 damage. And currently, that takes him all the way up to his full stress level.
Yeah.
But not above, which I think 1 more will take him out.
Okay.
So you lift the gun up, you point down the sights, you give it a shot. It goes right through one of its eyes, and it gushes out over Leland and Emily, sort of cascading this gushy green liquid off. It spins around. You hear it sort of get this shriek, this terrible sounding, and you've never heard anything like that sound before, and it scares you a little bit. You jump back, and then it leaps in and tries to bite Emily, which is standing right in front, holding on to his mandible. Okay, cancels.
She's like offended that he would try to bite the person holding his mandible.
Yeah.
Hey!
What a jerk.
So he did
So
succeed,
rude.
and he does 3 damage.
Oh,
to you.
damn.
Dang, that's a whole level.
So you are still holding on to his mandible that you pulled off. It sort of, as it gets shot and stuff sprays all over you, he clamps down his mandible on your hand that's holding you and lifts you off the ground. Okay, it's back to you guys.
Okay, let me smack this again.
Yeah, you smack it again. I have to skip my turn because I helped you last turn.
Okay, yeah, I'll just wail on this guy again with the nightstick. Try to finish it.
Help! 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 Help!
We'll use the same dice pool as you had last time. I can't remember what we did. I think we gave you. I gave you additional help. I think let's do 3 positive and 2 negative. How about that?
Okay. I got you, Emily. I don't got you, Emily.
Oh, no.
That is a failure with 1 stress.
Oh, dang. Leland.
Okay, so take your stress. So you take that nightstick.
No, he
and-
negates the stress.
Oh, that's right. You do negate the stress because
I
you have
negated
good
from my action or from the damage that the ant would.
So you rolled 2 negative die. One of them canceled out because the number was the
canceled
same.
out with my positive, which would have been a success. But
Yeah, and then the other negative gets canceled out because you have enough stress to be able to cancel out 1 die.
Sweet.
So you don't take any damage. Who's up
I don't know
next?
about you, but I feel great. Sorry I missed.
Bill, let me finish him.
Shoot it!
And then I go up and take another shot aiming down the sights.
Okay, you want to get up a little closer this time?
I'll just stay where I hit him. Like I was already, 5 feet away.
Yep. Okay, so you take the gun, you sort of smack down on the side of it, you aim again, and you shoot right for the hole in his eye again. So let's do whatever we did last time on the Glock.
I had 3 positive, 2 negative.
There you go. Do that.
Oh dear. No, my good number canceled.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay. Bad things happen, I guess.
So how many negative dice do you still have after you've
1.
canceled? Okay. How much stress do you currently have?
1.
Okay, so you take 1 stress onto your lower level, and you shoot again, and you're just a little bit high, and it goes up and it ricochets off the gate in the background, and it goes to Bill's turn, I
Guns
believe,
suck.
right?
So do nightsticks.
I am determined that if I can land some shots with this gun, I'm going to deal some significant damage. So I'm going to keep trying.
Okay. Are you going to continue to lean it up against, or you want to just maybe head up closer to it so you have a much better...
Yeah, maybe. I see that it's attacking my friends.
Shoot from the hip.
I'm over with trying to shoot it from a distance. I'm going to run up and try and ensure my success as much as possible by being point blank, basically.
Okay, I'm going to say that, you've shot this thing a few times. I think you realize if you grab onto the front of the gun and you sort of stabilize it and run straight up, just spraying bullets around the backside of him, that there's a pretty good chance you're going to be able to hit it. So 4 positive die, 2 negative die.
I like them odds.
Come on, Belle.
Okay, 2 1s cancel each other out.
Dang it.
So I have... ties go to the player, right?
Yes.
Okay, so your success, yeah. Okay, and how many negative die do you have left?
I have 1 negative die left.
Okay, so you take 1 point of stress, and you hit, and that is with your rifle,
M16,
right?
Yeah.
And that takes 5 points of damage. So you basically finally grab onto this thing, and you sort of cut the whole half of his abdomen off the back of him, and he falls into 2 pieces. Sort of pulls, Emily a little bit forward as he breaks down, and he lets out a bit of a screech, and then the gunk just pours out of his back, and it falls dead.
Yes.
Then from out of the convention
No,
hall,
then.
3 other
No,
ants
then.
climb up,
Run, 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 run!
climbing up onto the walls, and that's where we're going to end.
Oh.
These things are indestructible. This is ridiculous.
Holy crap.
I think we're nervous about this battle because we're really wasting time tonight. We're just like,
Well, anyway, so the rectum, it gets lined up very perfectly.
Yeah. No, your poop comes out far easier because it doesn't have like a little trap in it.
Right,
Put a
just,
little-
plumber
put a
strap
little
for the shit to
timestamp
get stuck
down
in.
for the after
Okay.
party.
Yeah, this is after party content right here.
Wow.
So
I'm
what
actually
happened to Tommy?
building a
This is a blooper
folder
reel.
of funny
Blooper reel.
clips from our in-between stuff.
Nice.
Nurses should know more about anuses, I think.
I've come across one or
I
two.
have put my fingers in too many.
Actually, what?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Why?
Bill.
Suppositories. Do you not get
Bill's
enemas
unaware
with
of this.
suppositories? Have you
mean-
ever had to digitally
Unless-
disimpact
no,
somebody?
Never, and I refuse to.
I have had to.